guys, Marlin with Beautiful Bina Designs, back today with another card share. Only I thought this time instead of a card share, maybe we'd do a card making video. For those of you who may have had the opportunity to check out the card share I recently did featuring my monthly hero May 2018 card kit, I shared several cards which honestly I was happy with, but I noticed that they were all very earthy as far as color. I shared with you that I was going to challenge myself to make a card with that card kit using this color palette right here. These are some inks that I purchased through Hero Arts. They are clearly Kelly. They are not individually labeled as far as exact color, but if anybody is interested, please do leave me a comment. I will check my order history. I'll do my best to get you the information if you're interested in knowing exactly what color they are. I just realized I didn't have that. I just realized they're not labeled at all shortly before I started filming. So I challenged myself to make a card using this kit and these colors. Now, the kit is a bit overdue, and I apologize. I, out of the blue, came down with a case of strep throat, and it prevented me from sharing videos with you guys, and it prevented me even from crafting. It did give me a lot of time to think about crafting because I was down and out for several days, and I'm doing great now. Would ask that you stick with me through this. Hopefully you will. I do have a few more things I'd like to share with you guys, but let's make the card first and then we'll talk a little bit more about that. The first thing that I thought we'd do today is take the dies we plan to use and trace them out. Trace on the outside so that we can add the colors we plan to use and know where we need to lay those colors down. Now that we have those outlined, we're going to take the ink cubes directly to the paper and bring those colors into these stamping panels. I am using here the Cougar Digital 110 pound. I have mentioned this paper in some previous videos. I will try to remember to link it in the description below. So if you're interested in checking it out, I do find it to be similar to the Nina Solar Classic Crest Solar White. Do I have that right? The 110 pound. I have some of that as well, and I love it. I mean, really, it is the crafting standard, the card making standard, right? But it's kind of pricey. This Cougar Digital is comparable and at a significantly lower price point. The next thing we want to do is add some colorful branches all around this card panel. This will be, eventually, the panel for the card that we're making today. So my goal is to add these branches, but to make them look like they are coming from somewhere, from a tree. I don't want them to necessarily begin on the panel. I want them to look just a bit more organic than that. So I've put them off the acrylic block by just a little bit, and we'll have them coming in. I'll go around the panel just like this and complete that look. Okay. So once we've got the branches stamped across our panel, what we need to do next is figure out where we want to put those hexagons. We want to make the best use we can out of both space and the design that we've created. So now that we've die cut the card panel, the next step would be to die cut those hexagons that we worked on earlier. Okay, so we have the 3 hexagons as well as a 4th that was cut out of black cardstock. What we need to do now is stamp some images. And let's try and keep in mind the orientation. So I'll pull in that panel. This blue hexagon will ultimately sit like this. So we've stamped our little bicyclist. Next, we will look at stamping one of the children enjoying the swing set. And finally, we have our large yellow hexagon, which I thought would be just the perfect size for the 2 silhouetted children who appear to be maybe just running through the grass. And I'm going to grab the second child here. Here I'm using Wow, and this is the first container of Wow embossing powder I've ever purchased. I figured I'd give it a try because it was an amazing value. A giant container through Amazon for I want to say about $10, but it was about 5 times the size of the Hero Arts jars that I normally use. And I believe those are either $5.99 or $6.99 retail. Hero Arts embossing powders are spectacular. I love them. But this Wow clear embossing powder really is a great value. I've been happy with it. Black hexagon. Okay, lots of powder there. And I think we'll fit this in right about there. And this Hero Arts Fine Detail White does really manage those details quite well. Alright, so let's get on to the fun part and melt this embossing powder. There are our card elements. Let's put them together. For the most part, we have everything that we need. I am going to add a little strip of paper for interest right on the side. This is our card panel. Again, I am using, this is our card base. Again, I am using that Cougar Digital 110 pound. And we're just going to add a little bit of coordinating cardstock right to the edge. Okay, perfect. We will take our card panel and pop it up. I typically use Fun Foam for this. Okay, so once you've got the panel ready to be popped up, today I've used Fun Foam for that. You just want to make sure that you've got some adhesive adequately covering that area. I will be using tape runner for this purpose today, but you could also use a liquid adhesive. It really just comes down to personal preference. Okay, our card panel is in place. We will be inlaying the die cuts. There we go. And finally, our sentiment. Okay. And we will trim the excess. Just a little bit more interest. Today we'll be using these white Nouveau drops. And there we are, the completed card using the Clearly Kelly bright color palette we started with. I will share photos, close-ups of the card at the end. Before I go, as I promised, I want to share some upcoming plans for my channel. First of all, so many of you have joined me recently, and I love that. Thank you. I'm so happy that you're here. I'd love to hear from you. I love to collaborate, and I'd love to see what you're doing. I'd love to hear about the paper crafting that really interests you right now. And if you try any of the ideas or designs that I share on my channel, I'd really love to hear about that as well. So again, thank you for joining me. I'm so happy that you're here. Some additional things that I wanted to share with you and chat with you about today are some improvements. First of all, my lighting. I'm working on that. There's a glare. It's awful. I'm going to figure it out. It is top of list. The other thing is voiceovers. I want to be able to condense these videos. I want to go through them a lot more quickly and share my chatter more concisely over top of the video that you're watching so that I can speed that up when appropriate or reasonable. But, and that is all important and that's great and that's going to be happening soon. More exciting, what I'd like to share with you is I am working on my social media. I'll be sharing more about that soon. I am working to put together a blog where I can share with you guys much more detail and some better close-up photos and exciting things like that. And that will be, those are venues through which you can share with me some of the things that you're making, which I really want to see, and I'm excited about that. So that's one of the motivating factors. I really want to see what you guys are doing and what you're into, and especially if we're kind of sharing ideas and borrowing from each other. That is so much fun when you are card making or really doing any kind of creative crafting or anything creative. And finally, the last thing I'd like to share with you today is I am going to very soon be doing a giveaway. I shared with you earlier that I hadn't been feeling well the last couple of days, the last several days, but the one thing that was really a bright spot and that really just made me smile is seeing so many of you checking out these videos and subscribing to my channel. And I had previously been planning to do a giveaway when I hit 100 subscribers. Well, I've now exceeded 100 subscribers, and sadly I wasn't able to quickly enough pull together that giveaway, but it will be coming. It's probably going to be, it's possibly going to be 2 weeks, because I do have a lot of this next coming week for me personally is very busy, but rest assured, there's a little giveaway coming. I'm going to tie it into one of my videos, one of my card shares, and I think it'll be a lot of fun. So stick around. You don't have to watch every single video. If you're just interested in that giveaway, I promise it will be in the title of the video. It will be in all capital letters, giveaway. So if you want to check that out, just keep an eye out on those video titles. Once again, thank you for spending your time with me. If you like what you saw today, please give me a thumbs up. If you're not already a subscriber, I'd love to have you. Above all else, I hope that this video has inspired you to make beautiful things. Talk to you soon. See you next time. Bye-bye.